Carlos, why did you guys decide that now is the right time for Nick?
Yeah, I think it's the same story with Carson Bench in spring training, with A.J. Ewing, with Zach Thurton. They earn it. They earn it. You got to give all the credit to the players, but also the player development. That they continue to put these guys in position where every time there's a need at the big league level, they're ready to go. Their name is in the conversation, and that's the same case here for Morabido. We feel like the way he's been playing this year in AAA, doing everything that we're asking him to do, offensively, defensively, the way he's running the bases, continue just to learn how to play the game, and felt like right now looking for best 26 guys that are going to help us win baseball games here, and he's here for a reason.
How much playing time do you expect him to get?
He's gonna get some playing time. We'll mix and match. The days that he's not starting, he's gonna have an opportunity to impact the game in so many different ways, whether it's as a pinch hitter, as a pinch runner, defensive replacement. But especially when you're playing these many games in a row where guys are gonna need a blow, we're going to try and get him a lot of opportunities.
As a manager, you haven't always had the luxury of that much athleticism, whether it's in your starting lineup or off your bench. What does that do for you specifically?
It's exciting. It's exciting, and I think when we look around the league, like that's kind of like the trend now. You got guys that can run, they can play multiple positions, they put the ball in play, they play elite defense, and it just allows you to manage the game in a lot of different ways. You guys see how aggressive we are in the bases, bunting, putting the ball in play, hit and run, like just playing a little bit of small ball while also having a couple of few guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. So it's exciting, and it just more weapons for you to attack.
How much left field is Soto going to play now?
Oh, he's going to play, but you try and take advantage of the DH days. He's our left fielder, but hopefully we get some of the other guys from the injury list, and those guys are going to need some DHs, and Juan is going to be playing a lot of left field. So right now, while we can, we just use those days as much as possible.
What aspects of your player development do you think have allowed you to have so much success in this area?
Everything. I think what they're doing over there is pretty impressive. Not only on one side of the ball, like the pitching. They keep developing pitching. Now we're seeing this wave of position players, and not only that, they're ready. They know how to play the game. We also understand that there's a lot of teaching to be done. The teaching never stopped. The coaching never stopped. Whether guys that just got called up or the Juan Sotos of the world, that's our job here. But man, just not only what they do on the field, but just the preparation, the mental side of things. And we saw that in spring training. We saw that in spring training with the way they carry themselves on and off the field, the conversations that they were having with the players, with coaches. They know they belong at this level. I said it in spring training, and here they are, 6 weeks later? So it goes to show you what we're doing as an organization, especially in player development.
This is a day off for Ewing?
Yes. I think I said it yesterday. With the way the schedule is in the minor leagues now, when they play 5, 6, and then every Monday's off, we have to be mindful of that. And especially with the way they play the game, they're running a lot. So it's just an off day. I'm pretty sure Carson's going to get one here pretty soon, and that's part of the rotation that we'll get going here.
Were you tempted to bring a new pitcher in here today?
It took us a long time last night after the game, but felt like we were in a decent spot. We got the right guy starting for us today, and we felt like we didn't make a move.
How valuable has it been to have Gilbert and Dan here, guys that have experience with these players at the minor league ranks?
That's the other thing. I was talking to someone, not only Dan, Gilbert, but Jeff Albert, who was the director of hitting. He was pretty much with these guys since they were drafted. They've been together, and when we were putting together the coaching staff in the offseason, JP Arencibia is another guy, with the singers of the world, and these guys at that level. So, yeah, we talk about the turnover and all that, but in reality, there's a lot of continuity there, and then we see it now. They're super familiar guys that they've been playing together, but also know a lot of the coaches in here, and that helps with that transition.
Is any part of you surprised how quickly these guys have impacted this level so far?
You never know what to expect, and it's a lot to us what we're doing, and you can't put all on them, there's a lot of good players there, the biggest message in here is they got to play their game, be yourself, and I know things get fast. There's a lot more people. There's a lot more that comes, especially here in New York. But it's just exciting. I'm not surprised by it, and it's just fun to watch.
I know you say that you don't want to put too much on them, but have you seen just their youthful energy and the way they're approaching things impact the rest of the room?
100%. It's just because the way they play the game. You look how Carson continues to impact the game, laying games, those at bats, staying in the fight, putting the ball in play, just creating opportunities. And when they do get on base, like there's a lot of pressure that the other team is feeling, and it's a different at bat for the guy at the plate because now the pitcher's got to worry about those guys stealing bases. We saw the defense yesterday in the way AJ caught that ball in the outfield. So yeah, this definitely everybody's feeling it.
Have you decided whether you're going to have an opener tomorrow?
We got to get through today.
With Ewing here, are you more inclined to leave Benj in right field most of the time as much as you can?
When they are all playing, yes. Ideally, Benj in right, AJ in center, Vito in left. But then whenever they're, I'm comfortable playing all of them in multiple positions. So that allows me, not only make the lineup, but the in-game move. But AJ might be the one that keep him in center as of right now.